Howdy, cruisers. I need to stop saying I'm going to get better at this and just do it. One of the things I need to do is just talk a little bit slower. I do tend to talk very fast normally because I am one of these people who likes to just get to the point. And the point of this video is thank you. This should be the day after Thanksgiving. Oh, I know this is the day after Thanksgiving. I know this is going to go up the day after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving and thank you all for being here. You truly make all of this worth it. Well, actually, no, the drink package and the buffet makes it worth it. But I'm glad you are coming along for the journey. I should have done this a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, maybe 2 or 3 months. But 3,000 subscribers, well, 3,100, give or take now. Okay, pretty awesome. I don't know if that's good or not, but I guess we'll just keep doing what we're doing. And if more crew members join the ship, then we'll all swim or sink together. How's that? I went back and I looked through all the questions that people had asked, or I gathered all the questions that I had solicited a few times. So I guess what we do is a little Q&A. Gonna try to do this again in one take because why not? I need to get good at that. I said I wasn't gonna say that. I'm just gonna get better at it. Number one, let's see. I know I should be crediting the person, but I don't know if people really like that. Either way, yes. What is the greatest cocktail you've had on a cruise line and the bar? Okay. The one that pops to mind in terms of general enjoyment was the 150 Old Fashioned, I think that's what it was, on Rotterdam. And it was at the bar that is down the hall from the atrium. The one where the maps are. I don't really know, but it's probably at a different place on every ship, if they still have it, because I think the whole 150 celebration was over. But this was the one, I'm pretty sure, where it was supposed to be made with their signature in-house Scotch whiskey, but they did not have it on board. They used something comparable, but I did miss that. However, it was very well crafted. It was nice, potent, strong. It had a little bit of sweetness just to take the edge off, but it was not a sugary cocktail, and I am not a huge fan of sugary cocktails. I do not understand how people can sit by the pool and drink those frozen pina coladas. Oh, they are disgusting. Maybe I'll try one, in a couple weeks just to refresh the nightmares. But yeah, they're gross. But this was really good. I had several of them on the cruise, and they're just nice to just sit and sip. All right, if I knew what I was doing, you have already seen that. Next question is, the stalker story piqued my interest. Okay, that was kind of a comment with a question mark. This is from almost a year ago when I would say, my stalker is out there. Everyone who's been around. Hopefully you remember that. Please say you remember that. Either way, no, nothing weird, nothing dangerous. The stalker was Explora 1. There were numerous instances where she was very close, weirdly close, more close than other cruise ships. Maybe it's because I was stalking her, but we ended up in the same port a few times. I never mentioned it because I had already booked and I didn't want to spoil the surprise. But she was there in Quebec when I embarked on Caribbean Princess and a couple other places. I just thought that was kind of weird that she was either nearby or trailing in a couple of cases. So yes. Yeah, my stalker back then was a cruise ship, and let's keep it that way, all right? Next, what cruise line would you say is the best for picky eaters? Great question. I think I mentioned this once before, but just on a personal level. in terms of future mates, that is the one thing I do not want to deal with again. I know it sounds super petty, but it is super frustrating, and I learned my lesson. But for picky eaters, I would have to say, need a good buffet. Now, I am adding the caveat that this person has no allergies or anything like that. They're just an overgrown, entitled baby. So, a good buffet. The two that really come to mind overall are Holland America, because Rotterdam had a vast and expansive buffet that had all sorts of good stuff, and they had the Burger Time, whatever, the burger shop and the pizza shop that had burgers, hot dogs, and wings, which I find, not spicy wings, picky eaters, that I find most picky eaters will actually eat continuously. So they got you covered if that's your definition of a picky eater, meaning somebody who just eats like a kid. Also, if they don't want to always eat like a kid, Celebrity. The buffet on Celebrity Apex and Celebrity Silhouette was actually pretty extensive, and they did have a lot of basic items, like just like roast beef and things like that. Yeah, that would probably be my best estimate for a picky eater. Like, not virgin. I think they would starve. Well, they wouldn't starve, but yeah. Well, hey, if that's part of your weight loss journey, maybe give that a try. Next is, if Dollywood offered a deluxe beverage package and Sorrento's quality pizza, would you be more likely to make a yearly trip there instead? Well, why not do both? Why? What is this either or situation? Okay, that's a very weird question. How would you not expect me to say both? Speaking of Dollywood, I know, I'm coming to terms with that. However, since my birthday cruise plans next year haven't really fallen through, it's just logistically, it's because of the date of my birthday, it wouldn't have worked out. So I think that'll be my plan. Either way, let's see. What is this? Oh, broken elevator. Yeah, that's from this picture. The elevators were fine. Well, most of the time. I pointed this out in the vlog. These were just like glued with double-sided tape or something like that. I mean, kind of a rush job. They had to move all the restaurants around, and I guess maybe ordering signs is beyond a California headquarters. But wait, no, the controls were sketched out a couple of times too. Like I said, I really hope Princess got that money back guarantee. Either way, you are fairly odd, aren't you? Yes. Next, what cruise is on your bucket list? Okay, had this conversation yesterday at Thanksgiving, and I do have some bucket list cruises. One is already booked, and that is a transit of the mouth of the Mississippi River to and from New Orleans. That's going to be in June or July. That will also coincide with the opening of Celebration Key in the Bahamas. However, the other big bucket list cruise, in terms of actual cruising, like sailing, not necessarily a specific destination that I want to visit, but the biggest cruise bucket list item is hopefully back on the table soon, now that world peace will be returning. And some of you watch the community posts, yes, I'm looking forward to booking a Red Sea Suez Canal transit. Not next year in 2025, hopefully by 2026. I think this would be probably on MSC. They are very active in that region. They do send ships back and forth between the Dubai region and the Med. Hitch a ride on one of those, but I think it would be a fantastic experience to cruise, specifically the Suez Canal. It is, yes, most of it is in the middle of a desert, so I don't know if it's as scenic. Oh, I know it's not as scenic as the Panama Canal, but it is something I definitely want to experience. And yes, I'm highly confident that will be back on the roster. And now, let's say, have you enjoyed Explora more than Virgin? Great question, because they are completely different vibes. Like I said, Explora Journeys is like the frictionless cruising experience. Virgin is almost like that, especially because with the little tappy things, they make it as easy as possible, but the all-inclusive nature and very quiet nature of Explora make it a completely different experience. Did I enjoy one more? That's actually a great question. I don't really have an answer to. I looked at this question. I didn't even think of an answer before I started this. So I still don't have an answer, and I said I wasn't going to say so. But I just did. Either way. You know what? Try both and let me know which one you enjoy more. Deal? Then, someone asked me to comment on the SS United States. That is a very, very sad situation, but I think it's time. She will be an artificial reef up in North Florida. I think she left Philadelphia recently on her way to a new place to be finally like totally cleaned out. But I have passed by SS United States several times in Philadelphia. You can get relatively close. Well, people have gotten a lot closer, but without trespassing, you can get relatively close and, you know, see the ship. It looks as bad as the pictures. It really does. Now, granted, even in her current state, she is repairable, but realistically, it would cost too much money. And the only reason a cruise line would do this, which is why Norwegian was looking to do this, would be to sail entirely United States itineraries. Basically to sail back and forth, I don't know, between Los Angeles and Hawaii, or, you know, just East Coast cruises. And that's simply because of the completely ridiculous and should be canceled Passenger Vessel Services Act and the Jones Act. Don't get me started on those. You know it. Don't get me started on those. Just repeal them. That's all we need to do. But that would be the only reason, because she was built here in the United States. In fact, even Pride of America needed a waiver because she was actually constructed in Germany. But it's time. It's time. After how many years of looking for a buyer or a purpose and nothing happening, I understand the historical nature, and SS United States still holds the blue ribbon, but better people experience her as a reef than just having her rust away, you know, at some dock in Philadelphia. It's sad, but let's be honest. That's it. That is her best future. There you go. I'm okay with it. I am 100% okay with it. And, oh, finally, yes, somebody had asked, I think it might have been on board Sun Princess, but what cameras do I use? And for my last several sailings, I have been using this little guy right here. This is my Galaxy Flip 4. It's a Samsung, and the reason I like it is because, well, the two main cameras are right here, and you can turn them on, and then there's a viewer right there for just framing the shot, and you can use the main cameras. It's small. This fits nicely in any pocket. I do have a MagSafe case on it, so I can attach the battery pack, which works out very, very well. This actually works out better than the DJI Action 2 that I had been using. And you know what? I will show that to you again, but it's going to require one quick break. So there is going to be a jump. If I did that right, probably poorly. This is what I used on Sun Princess. This is the DJI Action 2. This is actually, well, it is generally a better camera, and this one gets a lot more questions because it just how it looks. This is the actual camera. Actually, this is the actual camera. I carry this still because this is what I would use for like going in the water or something, and yeah. But these are what I use just on the cruise. Again, this is small. You know, this also easily fits in the pocket, but then I have to carry two things, and a phone is a lot less noticeable than an actual camera. But yeah, this does full HD, so yeah, I'm good. I use a Insta360 Go 2 on my wrist for the roller coaster POVs. That's pretty much all I use it for. Yeah, well, that's what I got it for, and that's what I use it for. Either way. All right, I think we're done. Let me check my list again because I had to show you the camera, and yes, that is it. Thank you all for being here over this journey of, I don't know, it's been a long time, 6 years. I think I saw in my YouTube studio 1,000 videos or something like that. And if I could do this faster, I would. And you know what? Forgive me. There's going to be another jump. It just says 1K videos. So over 1,000 videos. Wow. Okay. Well, what do I always say? Go back and watch all of them. And if you have any more questions, just ask them, and I will get around to answering them eventually. I know. I'm going to say I'm going to do better. I just need to do better. Oh, thank you for the karaoke suggestions, by the way. Those have been very, very helpful. Princess Jolene. Who saw that coming? Anyway, if you are sailing on one of my future cruises, one has already been leaked if you are there. It's a pretty big one, and I think it's going to be super, super fun. But there's more in between. We'll talk about 2025 later. So if you're sailing in 2025 and we happen to be on the same ship, I'll see you on board.